I'm sitting on a $100,000 diesel F350 XLT. Yes, it's an XLT, and I will prove to you by showing you the contract that it is indeed $100,000. First, let's show you the quirks and features. This is gonna be a very straight, cutthroat video. Number one, this is the brand new headlights, which are very large, and the model trim that's a little bit higher than this, which is the STX or something like that. It has LED running lights, which is cool, but this one does not. It has the poverty version. It's paint.
Still alive, still kicking, sharing and staring and staring and sharing.
The grill is large. To be honest, can we take a step back and actually look at the grill? I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I just have no opinion on it. Do I like it? Do I not like it? I don't know. I think I like the 2020 grill a lot better, but who am I to say anything else? It seems like these emblems get larger and larger every single year, and this is huge. This is at least 12 inches. One thing I did get is, this is a work truck. This is for Randy. Randy was complaining. He's like, T, I need to be able to get rebar, wood, fill up the guys with diesel, and I can't do any of that because I have a 550. His daily driver is a 550, which is a fantastic truck, and I would recommend you getting a 550 over this as the first truck. But as a second truck for the driver, yes, this makes also more sense for his daily. Right now, it's an extended cab, 8-foot bed, 4-wheel drive. The most important feature you need to buy. My first truck that was sold to me by the dealer, it was 2-wheel drive, and it was the biggest mistake I've ever made on a truck, and I actually got rid of it because every time I went to the dump in the wintertime, it would get stuck, and then the tractor had to pull it out. It's just embarrassing. I'm like, God damn. $5,000 option, 4-wheel drive. You must get it. Now, one thing I got was a ladder rack that goes inside these little posts. Afterwards, we're able to bring the ladder rack all the way to here and then load rebar, and it's a very heavy duty rack. I spent $4,000 on that, and then I spent another $4,000 on getting this upfitted with a external fuel tank with a toolbox. $8,000 in ladder rack and that does not include the actual $100,000 truck. So altogether, this truck out the door is gonna be 110 grand. I'll show you the contract, don't worry. This is a keyless entry, which is a standard feature, which is fantastic. I don't know why any other truck doesn't have that. Oh, look at that, suicide doors, Rolls Royce. This is a XLT model. It has cloth seats. Randy is very clean and he keeps all his stuff in very good condition. I'm not worried about it. His 550 is XLT as well. It's cloth and he keeps that thing in really good shape. This is gonna be a storage area where you can put all your stuff. So pretty good. One thing I will say that was very important to me is the screen, which is Apple CarPlay. And now it's finally wireless Apple CarPlay, which I didn't even have in my 2020. Limited. USB-C and USB standard, 12 volt, whatever. And then look at this. Plug to charge your computer, another 12 volt. We got storage. The key is still garbage, of course. But the most important part is, listen to this. It's diesel. If you're gonna get your guys an extended cab, 8-foot bed truck with a utility body, it should be gas because the utility body is gonna be towing sometimes, not all the time. If your utility body tows all the time, then yeah, diesel's fine. But the extra $12,000 plus spending another $2 more a gallon for diesel just doesn't make financial sense. It really doesn't. Jose puts around to the job sites with his truck. He's pretty much a Home Depot on wheels. So it makes sense for him to have gas. Randy, he's towing, going to get rebar. He's doing this. So I understand why you want diesel. So without further ado, let's hear the brand new 6.7 motor. There goes a gallon of diesel. I'm very happy with this truck. I know it sounds insane that's $100,000, but I'm telling you, it is. I'm gonna sit down with you and I'll show you the contract. Most important part about getting 4-wheel drive is this clearance. When you tow a trailer, you're not gonna be ass on the ground, scraping. That's what happened with the 2-wheel drive, so very happy with this, super thrilled. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards when we do the ladder rack next week and the diesel tank. Everything is ready, it's in stock. It just has to be installed. Let's go check out the contract. All right, boys and girls, here it is. Ford Super Duty F350 Singer rear wheel. This is the XL. Odometer, when I got the truck, was 18 miles. Now, this is the VIN number, which doesn't really matter. Here it is. My interest rate is 7.74%. I invite you to go to your local Ford dealer and get a better deal on an interest rate. You won't. It's impossible. My credit is perfect. Now, the truck that I got for was $82,000. You'd be like, T, that's really expensive for an $82,000 XLT. What the F is going on? Well, let me break it down for you, bruh. The truck is actually a $68,000 truck. That's how much I got it for. It was listed MSRP for $73,000 because the dealer knows me. He's like, I'll give you a good deal. $68,810 out the door. Document processing fee is $85. Now, sales tax on the truck, which is inevitable in California, is 10%. spent $6,286. Electronic vehicle registration, whatever, $33. And then I purchased a Ford Motor Service Company warranty, $6,300. I spent $6,300 on a warranty. Now, this warranty includes bumper to bumper, 100%. Everything is included on any part of the truck. 125,000 miles, 10 years for $6,300. That's $630 a year on warranty for me not to have to worry about anything. To me, that was a no-brainer, 100% without a doubt, especially at 125,000 miles. And you can only buy it when you buy the truck, which I said that's a no-brainer, easy peasy, squeezy. $81,500, registration $1,000. Total is $82,583. So if you add $82,583 plus $17,533, you get $100,116 for a truck. Plus, we're gonna add the ladder rack, which is 4 bands, and then we're gonna add the diesel tank with a toolbox, which is another 4 bands. So this truck out the door is $108,000. We're gonna round up though, $110,000 and make all the haters mad. Most people that comment and criticize about a truck that's $100,000 could never even afford a $100,000 truck. All you guys go and buy used trucks. You buy a used truck for 20 grand, it breaks down, you put another 20 grand into it, and then you're in this constant cycle of just fix, keep dumping money. I have a set payment of $1,600. My truck costs me $10 an hour, $80 a day. What does your cost you? Who knows? And I'm only gonna pay for this truck for 5 years. After that, it's free. Now, the one thing I will say about driving this truck versus a gas is how responsive it is. Like, it has got a lot of torque. It's just ready to rip. And I actually have not ripped this truck from 0 to 60. It's got 126 miles on it. I spent the first 100 miles with it. I got the truck with 18. First time I got my 550, I was like, man, this is awesome. I want to drive this thing everywhere. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to drive this anymore. Concreto! Why didn't I get that f***ing job? How come they didn't call me for landscaping? All right, so we're gonna do a little rip. 0 to 60. All torque, no horsepower. Whoa! She moves. She moves. Okay, we understand. Nobody's there. Okay, Ford, what the f***? Nobody's in the other side of the seat. The overall ride quality with this truck is fantastic. Smooth, it's heavy duty, well, AC action. 100 miles, and I pissed away a quarter of a tank. Not great, but not bad. What do you think, Ben?
I like it. I think this truck is cool, and I think Randy's going to be a very happy boy because it does what he needs it to do.
Excellent. We'll interview Randy when we give it to him. Some of you right now might be like, oh, T, why would you get this truck? It's crazy. Well, here's the thing. If you break it down, this is a $1,600 a month payment, and it's for 60 months. So total comes out to be $100,400. And you'd be like, that sounds crazy. That's insane. Yeah, but here's the thing. It's $1,600. So $1,600 divided by 4, that's $400 a week. $400, you use this truck 5 days a week. That's what Randy's gonna use it for. It's gonna be $80 a day. 80 times 5 is 400. Quick maths. So you gotta ask yourself, is this truck worth $10 an hour? It's $80 a day. He works 8 hours in a day. Is this truck worth $10 an hour? It's a f***ing no-brainer. Is it a no-brainer, Ben?
No-brainer. $10 an hour, easy.
It's a no-brainer. What employee do you know that's gonna be working for 10? Ben, you wanna work for $10 an hour?
Yes.
$10 an hour is really nothing, guys, and you have to really break down the math to understand all these little things. Do the math backwards on everything you buy. If it doesn't make sense backwards, then don't buy it. If it makes sense backwards, which most of the time it does, that's why I buy a lot of shit, then keep doing it. Keep buying. And it's a write-off. It's a 100% write-off. Well, this is 80% write-off, to be honest, because I get the write-off other 20% next year, but who gives a shit? Is what it is. Gotta play the game, baby. Play the game. The first worst truck I got was because I had a problem. I was going to Home Depot, I was going to the dump all by myself, and I couldn't have enough time to do other things. So I was like, dude, I can't be doing this all the time anymore. I need to level up my game. I need to level up my shit. So I decided to pull the trigger, and I bought a $60,000 work truck, which I later got rid of because it didn't have 4-wheel drive. You're in a position right now where you're like, oh man, I want to buy a truck. Well, you should. You should buy a truck. You should buy a truck 100%. This is the thing that I always tell in Goking is in order for you to level up, you must commit. And you might be thinking, well, I'm not ready to buy a truck. Well, who gives a shit? Who cares if you're ready? No, I'm not ready for anything. I wasn't ready to lose my virginity. I wasn't ready to go snowboarding. I wasn't ready to have my driver's license. I wasn't ready for anything. I wasn't ready to start my company, but I did it anyway. And that's the most important part. A lot of you are in the same position you're in is because you're pussies. You don't take action. You think too much. You procrastinate. You always, Goking's a scam. Oh, this is a scam. Oh, this is a scam. This is a scam. Everything's a scam. The only person that's scamming you is yourself. When you get out of your own way, everything else will blossom and flourish. What nice words I'm using, right? The rack is in, boys. Check this out. This is some good, very, very good high build quality. So the only problem is these cars or trucks are aluminum. Me. close. But anyway, look, peek over. I don't have the key, but you see those poles that are down there in the front of the bed? And then this rack has a trim around the whole thing with these posts here. So there's 4 posts that are strapped to the bed, to the frame, and very, very sturdy. Like, it is part of the truck now. Literally, that old famous saying that men like to say, ain't going nowhere. In this case, it's true. So this whole thing cost about $3,500. I think it's a very, very good piece of equipment to invest in, because now Randy's able to go load rebar, pallets of wood, 2x4s, all kinds of crazy shit he can just put right in there. And the good thing is, right in here, you can open it up, slide in pallets right on in. Last thing that we're gonna do for this truck, and it's gonna be end all be all, is put a 100-gallon diesel tank in here with a pump and a toolbox. The bed is gonna go from an 8-footer to 6.5, maybe 7. I'm not really sure how big it is, probably 6.5. Voila, bada bang, bada bang. And the reason we're gonna get the diesel tank is because instead of taking machines, putting them on a trailer, hauling them to the gas station, filling it up, Randy's gonna go to the gas station. We're gonna put red diesel in there. I'm not gonna pay taxes on that. Suck it, Uncle Sam. You're only paying taxes on diesel that's used on road. That's why the diesel's green. But anyway, red diesel is gonna be put in here, and California's already ripping us with fuel prices, but this is gonna be 10% less, which is great. I'm excited for that.
Several days later.
Tank is installed, boys. Obviously, we couldn't get a little video of the tank installation being happening because I wasn't there, but it's here. Weather Guard, this is a very good brand. This is a 90-gallon tank, and we have a nice box. Check it out. Oh no, I locked it. We need Randy's assistance. How do I do this? I'm useless. I literally don't know how to use anything. Ben, why don't you get inside? Okay. Don't hit your head though.
Wanna be blood brothers? Oh no! Tigran, why didn't you warn me? Did you hit it?
He did hit it. He's started. Okay, look inside. This is the toolbox. You can put your stuff in here. What are you gonna put inside there? Tools. He's gonna put tools in there and chains and stuff like that. This whole thing was $3,700 installed, and then now, well, I'll tell you this. Right now, you can go up to it, turn it on, and you can steal the fuel. So if you're watching this video, if you know where Randy lives, you can actually do that. Ready? How do you do it, Randy? I'm useless. I literally don't know how to use anything. So if you want to walk up and steal the fuel, all you got to do is do this. It turns on. So there should be a master shutoff switch inside the cab. That way, when you need to turn it on, you flip it on, and then you do this. Anyway, let's just shove that in there. But I will tell you this, though, by the time you see it, it's going to be all working well and complete. Let's ask Randy what he thinks about his new whip. Randy, give us a rundown on this thing, because you've had a gas 350 with the same rack.
Yeah.
You had a 550 gasser, 7.3 liter, not the regular gas motor, the big dog. It's called the Godzilla. And the diesel. You have a diesel?
Diesel 550. My first.
Oh, that's right. And then you had diesel 550, regular cab. Oh yeah, where's your mic?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So diesel 550, regular cab, dump, which was a great offer.
Yeah.
That was your daily.
Daily, yeah.
And then we got him the gasser 7.3 dump. Now this guy, which is, in my opinion, probably the best offer. Extended cab, 8-foot bed. A lot of you are probably like, T, why don't you get a crew cab? Crew cab is another 2 feet longer. This thing's already long. It'd be a very difficult to drive. I drove a crew cab 8-foot bed since I was 19 to 28 years old. It's tough. Can't park anywhere. And then this thing's already got to turn in. He went to the dump. How was your dump experience?
It was good. Put him 4x4 in the hill and drag the trailer like nothing. They differentiate because this one has a lot more torque. So going up the hill in 4x4, it pulls a lot better. And the gas, it took a minute to kick in, even though it was also 4x4. But with the body alone, you could just feel the weight with the trailer. With this one, it's a little lighter, but it has more torque because of diesel. So it pulls uphill better. Now,
Since this is Randy's truck, I actually enjoyed 120 miles of it. I was driving around town. Brought back some good memories of back in the day. Let's have Randy take us for a whip.
Let's go.
And see what the truck's all about. So now we're here. We're in the whip. This thing is pretty nifty. What's your favorite feature about this truck?
Apple CarPlay.
Wireless.
Wireless, Apple CarPlay.
Bam.
4-wheel drive, the rack, the tank, diesel.
And that. Whenever you get nervous, you can just start playing with these. Dude, you have a sunglass holder. Wow. I didn't even see that. This is great. Now, let's go see how it performs and drives and how quiet it is in here, because that will determine how good this truck is.
So this truck is a lot different from my last truck that I had, which was the 550 dump. Number one, because the other one was gas, this is diesel, so you feel the torque right away. I mean, the dump is fine. It has a lot of horsepower and it has a lot of torque, but you can't compare it to a diesel. With this chassis being a regular pickup truck body, this one I can go in and out of traffic, pull the trailer a little bit easier, only because the body's not so bulky. I could see the trailer more, the wheels. Pulling it around town is a lot easier to get in and out. Load material with the rack. Got the diesel tank to load up all the machines with diesel, the ditch witch, the Caterpillar. As far as the driving, this truck handles a lot better. It's more responsive. I don't know if it's because it's new, because it's diesel, or both, but this one just, you give it gas, it goes, you brake, it stops. You turn the wheel left, right, it's turning. So I mean, this truck is just overall 100% way better. So this truck is beneficial to me because I'm always hauling a trailer. I always am either taking material, machines, going to the rockeries, getting base rock, concrete sand, bulk items. If you're not really hauling anything and you're just driving from job site to job site, it doesn't make sense to really have a diesel. Gas should be fine. But like I said, I'm always pulling something, the trailer, anything, material on top, heavy material. So it makes sense for me to have a diesel, especially in the incline jobs, when we have jobs uphill. The benefits of having a rack, especially with the concrete material, wood, rebar, it's 100% easier to load it on this truck with the rack than with the dump truck, because the dump truck, it's at an angle on the headboard and on the tail of the gate, where this one, it's laying flat on the rack. So my load is more secure. I can tie it down a lot better. The weight is more evenly distributed and you don't have a lot of sway. So another pro to this truck is the diesel tank, the transfer tank. And the reason I wanted that tank is because I told Tigran, when we're loading a semi truck and our machines are down on diesel, I could just pull up to the job site, load them up with diesel and continue work. Because if not, we would have to get gas tanks, 5-gallon tanks, go to the gas station, fill it up with diesel, come back, fill the machine back up. And by the time we do all that, there's 30 minutes to an hour. So this really is a big time saver. I can not only load up one machine, 2 machines, but 3, 4 machines, because this is a 90-gallon diesel tank. So I haven't filled up this diesel tank yet, but I could imagine it takes around $400 or $500 to fill up that 90-gallon diesel tank. Here in California anyways. So it's important to listen to your employees because they know they're doing the job day in, day out, and they know what kind of material they want. They know what kind of tools they want, what kind of equipment they need to get the job done not only faster, but more efficient and less labor intensive on them. So it's good. Like for Tigran, I asked him about this truck. He pulled the trigger, he bought it, and now he's saving me on my labor as far as tying down the material, rebar, wood, all that stuff. It's very good for the company to listen to employees and kind of hear them out when they have ideas or suggestions on certain things, like Tigran does. When you make your employees work easier, they make your work easier. So I'm very appreciative that Tigran made this move and bought me the 350 diesel in particular with the rack and diesel tank and toolbox. It kind of just motivates me a lot more to work harder, be on time, make sure that the guys are being productive, I'm being productive, and that we get these projects done in a fashionable time. I really appreciate it. He's a great boss. He understands where I'm coming from, and I want to give back the way he's giving to me. Anyone who's watching and takes a work truck home, clean your work truck, appreciate your work truck as if it was yours, and show your boss that you care. Keep that shit clean like I keep my truck clean. Another cool feature about this truck is that although it has the diesel tank and the toolbox, this is an 8-foot bed, so we could still fit a pallet of concrete, a pallet of pavers. So there's plenty of space back here for a pallet, as you could tell. We've already been loading it up with pallets.
So that's the finale of the $108,000 truck. I know you guys can't believe it because you drive little Honda Civics or Ford Rangers or something from 1967. But this thing, brand new, is expensive, yes, but it's also very reliable, and it doesn't cost that much once you break it down to a monthly payment, which is $1,600. Weekly payment is only $400. An hourly payment, it's only $10 an hour. Think about that. $10 times 40 is $400. 400 times 4 weeks in a month, $1,600. That's what reliability buys. And if this truck ever breaks down, has a problem, motor blows because Randy pulls houses, it's okay. It is what it is. Not my problem. That's Ford's problem. You have to buy consistency, you have to buy security, and most importantly, you gotta buy reliability. And I feel like with new vehicles, yes, I can get a better deal on this Tacoma. of course. I can get a better deal on a Tundra. But what if it breaks down? Then you're out of time. And Randy got shit to do. Right,
I had
Randy?
a lot to do.
Time is money. Don't mess around. Buy new shit. See you later. Bye-bye. Fill up the guys with wood. Fill up the guys with diesel. Fill up the guys with rebar. Fill up the guys with 12 inches.